good, the bad, and the odd. What a lovely day.
Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Odd. We're your hosts, Mark and Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hello.
Right, so today we're covering Independence Day. And do you want to know something interesting?
What?
Last time we talked about Independence Day was on the 5th anniversary of the show.
Oh,
okay. I listened back to the first few minutes, and it was 5 years ago. Or roughly 5 years ago, we watched Independence Day. And that time we watched it in June, and it was pretty much recorded on the day that was the 5th anniversary of the show. So that's weird, right? That's weird. So we have got this. It's on show 395. So we were actually putting more shows out that side. We put more shows out between the years 0 to 5 than we did between 5 and 10. But not that many, because we still got 350 odd out in the second 5 years. So that's not bad.
Yeah.
So, okay. Independence Day. General thoughts.
Yeah, it's still a good film.
It remains good, right? It kind of was the opener for all a set of disaster films, and I still think it's by far the best one of that sort of group. It's kind of a really cool. It's one of the best aliens attacking Earth movies, in my opinion. I really quite enjoy this one. Yeah. It's also the highest grossing film of 1996, and was at the time the second highest grossing film of all time, just behind Jurassic Park. So better than Star Wars, better than everything until Avatar or Titanic or whatever it is. I can't remember what the top thing is now. It's probably
I think it's Endgame.
Endgame. Well, okay, fair enough. Anyway, it did pretty well, and then it had a sequel. The sequel was released in this country in June 2016. That's why we were talking about this as well. I think we talked about this before we'd seen the sequel, and then about 4 shows later we talked about the sequel. So yeah. And apparently there was meant to be a plan to be a whole set, but it didn't precipitate into anything because I think Resurgence just didn't do well. It wasn't a great film.
Yeah, I can believe that. So.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, we've talked about this film before. We can talk about the good and the bad, really. I think good, bad, and the odd. So the bad, it's a bit cheesy.
Yeah.
To say the least.
A lot of the explosion effects are they blew up an empty box instead of a model building.
Yeah, and some of the fire effects look a bit goofy too. But it's,
some that are clearly like fire.gif sort of thing.
Yeah, but basically it really moves. It's got quite a lot of plot. It's quite long. But man, it does not waste time with it. It's kind of all the plot threads kind of work really well. It's rocks. It really does. And most recently, we decided this should go on our Hall of Good, Bad, and Odd too.
Yeah.
So it's up. I'm kind of thinking I've got it near the bottom of the list because I just listed the ones we talked about. But you know what? I'm feeling this is a Good, Bad, and Odd movie through and through. Almost one of the best ones outside of Flash Gordon and June, really. I just feel it's that good. What's your thoughts? Is that a bit high for you?
Yeah, it's probably a bit high, but it's definitely up there, sort of thing.
It's up there. I'll move it up the list, in the whole, so it's higher. I mean, the one after June is Hawk the Slayer. I think it's a better Good, Bad, and Odd film than Hawk the Slayer, but Hawk the Slayer is pretty good.
Yeah.
Rocky is also a high one. That's a great one too. Okay. So, so the bad is it's a bit cheesy and there's some naff stuff.
Yeah.
But there's something awesome about some of the cheesiness. I'm thinking, for example, the president's speech is cheesy, but it's awesome.
I've got to be honest, like most of this film feels like it accidentally fell into place.
It just works, right?
Yeah.
Bill Pullman's great as the president. He's kind of earnest and it kind of works. Will Smith's firing all cylinders. The real class thing is when they finally get Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith together. There's some gold there. There really is. When they're up to stuff, it's kind of amazing. And it's really hard to think of a cooler moment in cinema as when Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum come wandering out of the desert smoking cigars after they've saved the planet.
Oh, when he punches the
punch in the
face.
Yeah. Welcome to Earth. Yeah. Yeah, so there's some cool stuff. It's not bad. The effects are not bad at all. Fire is probably some of the explosions are probably the worst of it. But the whole fighting stuff. In many ways it's Star Wars, isn't it? It's the first Star Wars movie. It's kind of blown up the Death Star and them ships fighting the alien ships. And there's some cool alien design work as well. I like both the alien and the alien tech is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's this really cool, like, double-layered flesh outfit sort of thing.
And you told me there was a reason that happened, right?
Apparently whoever designed the aliens, Roland Emmerich tasked 2 different people with designing the alien, and they came back with different designs, but he liked them both, so he just put them together. So
yeah. That's that's kind of how the design of the Enterprise came about. They just made a load of different designs, and Gene Roddenberry said, "Can you put this one with this one?" And eventually, they came up with that unique design for the Enterprise. So it's kind of interesting. But obviously with this, it's aliens. So the main characters, Will Smith as Steve Hillier, what was his call sign? Eagle, wasn't it? Eagle.
Yeah.
He was Eagle. His mate was Harry Connick Jr., who was Raven, I think. Those two. Bill Pullman as the Prez. Mary McConnell as his wife, who went on to become like the president of the human race in Battlestar Galactica. Funny enough, we got Jeff Goldblum as like the super smart guy who figures it all out. And there's always that goofy moment where they somehow have created a virus that will just take out alien stuff, and it's like, and everyone back then used to say, but Microsoft viruses can't even affect Apple, never mind about alien stuff. But you told me with this watching there was a cut scene a scene.
Apparently there was a cut scene where they're using the alien ship to like test the virus or something like that.
There's Judd Hirsch as Jeff Goldblum's dad. He's pretty good, and he kind of looks like Jeff Goldblum.
Pretty fun.
Robert Loggia as the big general. I always confuse him with Jack Warner. I keep thinking it's Jack Warner, but it's Robert Loggia in this. And Randy Quaid is the guy that got probed. That everyone is kind of an alky, and everyone makes the fun of him and stuff like that. And there's a few other characters. Jeff Goldblum's wife, for example. And also we get Adam Baldwin, who's Jane from Firefly, turn up later on as the guy that runs the Area 51 place, but he seems to do all sorts of things. He's like heading up the attacks, and also he just does everything, and he's always shooting people, shooting aliens, and things like that. And Brent Spiner too. It's fun, right?
Yeah, he shows up for a good 5 minutes. So
yeah, I like Brent Spiner though. He does good with his little heart, really. So what was the standouts for you?
The standouts were really any scene where they're in planes. The alien dissection scene, and just any scene with Jeff Goldblum's dad, really. So
yeah, and Jeff Goldblum, the pair of them light up the screen really well, and considering the dialogue is kind of functional, they lift it. It's not bad dialogue though, and it kind of and there's some quite good filmic shorthand. They kind of work out. You'll catch cold. There's all that sort of stuff, and things like that. But there's also some cheesy stuff. The women are kind of secondary characters. It's kind of a men's film, this, isn't it? Which is a bit of a shame. We see some stuff with the women, but they're kind of secondary and sort of driving the plot. I do like the bit with the dog, which again is terrible.
Yeah.
Where there's a massive fireball and the dog manages to jump by jumping in a tunnel where one character or a couple of the characters the dog avoids the fireball, so that even the dog survives to the end. I always like the bit where Randy Quaid gets the final word in, where he says, what's he say? He says, "Payback's a bitch,
right, you assholes."
And then he goes, "I'm back," as he takes them out. But he's the one who basically destroys the first ship and shows everyone that they can do it. So he's like super. What a hero! And there's quite a touching scene where Alec Baldwin Adam Baldwin says to his son, who doesn't look anything like him, has to be said, you should be proud of your father. And he says, I am. And it's kind of cheesy but awesome as well.
Yeah.
It's full of it. And there's also a shithill CIA guy, isn't there, who's like...
Yeah, who keeps getting in the way and keeps being like, we should just nuke them. We don't need to actually look into the Area 51 stuff. We don't need that, especially now that those aliens that we know that they are has shown up.
President's like, why didn't I know about this? He goes, 2 words, Mr. President, plausible deniability. It's like, shithill. I mean, we see lots of. Apparently, a lot of different groups love this for different reasons. You know, like the gun-toting sort of survivalist element of society loved the White House being blown up. They love that bit, and so do various lefties, I think. So that appealed to people, and it was kind of, it was fun. It was fun to see all these monuments blown up. We should have seen some other ones blown up around the world. Personally, should have seen Big Ben.
I mean, they show the Statue of Liberty, dropping, but it's mostly America that they show. So.
There's one bit where all the people of the world cheer on as America win, right? There's that bit, and also we bit with, I think, the RAF saying, "What are the Yanks about bloody time? What are the Yanks come up with?" or something like that. There's a bit of that, but mostly it's American century, and that's fine. That's that sort of film, right? I really like this. It kind of. Some of the tech looks quite a lot like the ships that were in the film Stargate, which is a great film that we've never covered, right? Have we never covered that?
No, we've never covered that.
We should give that a go. That's a cool film too. It was Kurt Russell too.
Yeah.
That's and of course it's spun off a massive series, didn't it? Various series.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind giving Stargate a go at some point. I think that was made 2 or 3 years before this, and then some of the ships in Stargate look a lot like the ships in Independence Day. In fact, I remember seeing the film thinking, aren't those the spaceships from Stargate? Before I realised it was the same director. And I like the sound design. I think it looked pretty cool. I think this was Will Smith at one of his finest moments. Jeff Goldblum was slaying it, but Jeff Goldblum kind of does whatever he does, really, doesn't he? So I think they cast well for this. Him as a sort of techie guy who's comes up with all the ideas is pretty cool. I like the fact he punched the president too, and his dad. He wasn't the president at the time. Stuff like that. It's cool. And it ties into Roswell. This could almost be an extended X-Files episode in terms of its sort of conspiracy theory stuff. We get Roswell and dead aliens and spaceships that reanimate and all this kind of stuff. I mean, one of the high points for me, I think they're the same as yours, but also the escape from the big spaceship where they're kind of locked in and have to get away. That's kind of fun and exciting. It reminds me a bit of the end of Return of the Jedi. They're having to get off this ship before it blows up, and they're being chased out and all of that. About Star Wars generally, when they have to drop the shields and then do the attack, and it's hard to believe those little missiles do anything to that big ship, but they figure it out. Attack the primary weapon, and it kind of goes up. So it's kind of cool. The sequel, not so much. The sequel really didn't pass. They specifically designed it to be the highlights of the first film again, without being its own film, and there was a load of skin jobs in the characters. Apart from Bill
Pullman,
were
2 cool bits about the second film, which was they briefly mentioned that there was apparently a land war in Africa against the aliens, which sounds awesome.
Yeah,
and
we'd
the
like
ship
to see
itself being so big that it just drags everything in the solar system along with it.
I don't remember that bit. Oh, okay, that sounds cool. I'm a big fan of the first one, though. It's a real. I mean, what would you give it out of 10?
This I'd give easily high in the negatives.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Explain that.
My
explain it to any new listeners.
Well, it's not well written. It's not particularly well thought out, but it's fun. That's the.
It's a very.
If it's a bad film, but it's still fun, it goes high into the negatives.
Okay, fair enough. I'm just going to give it a straight. You know what? I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I really like this film. I really enjoy it. This is not an objective score; it's a subjective one. That's all there is to it. So I happily watch this film very frequently, and I'm glad to watch it again and again. And it just grabs you as well. Honestly, time just flies as you're watching this movie. It just flies past. You never look at your watch. You barely look at your phone. There's very little drag. A little bit when it's not on Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith, maybe. Or Brent Spiner's also pretty electric, but he doesn't get much screen time. So yeah, okay. But otherwise, it's a pretty great film. Really, really enjoy it. Any final thoughts?
No, not really. Can't think of anything that we probably haven't said last time.
It's just a solid entertainment, and we're revisiting it because we watched it on Independence Day, didn't we? We thought, 4th of July, why not? We actually had something else planned, but we've jumped onto this instead, and we'll come back to the thing we got planned. So yeah, it was good fun, and thorough recommend from me too. Okay, let's wind it up there then. So bye from me.
Bye.